it going, YouTube? Welcome to cloudy and kind of rainy, but partly sunny Florida. It's been a while since I've been down this way, and this is actually the second time I've been down to Florida in as many months, which has been pleasant because I do enjoy coming down to Florida. I wish it was easier to get out of Florida with decent freight, considering how comparatively easy it is to get to Florida with decent freight. But if you're an owner-operator, you know the score on that just as well, if not better, than I do. However, it is election eve. Election eve is upon us. By this point, I'll wager a lot of you folks who either subscribe to me might have seen this video in passing, or this came across your feed. You probably already went ahead and cast your ballot in some form of early voting. I did because despite the allegations about security surrounding early voting, it's just one of those things where I wanted to get my ballot cast because I want to be on the road all day tomorrow. That is the plan, to be on the road in order to try to keep my head in the sand, so to speak, on the news aspect of things until it's over. And I can't tell you folks how much I am excited for this election to be over. I cannot wait for it to be done with so that we can just get on with our lives. I'm tired of the mudslinging, left against right, right against left. I'm tired of the crap filling up YouTube feeds and Instagram feeds and news feeds and all the rhetoric flying around every which way. I'm tired of it. Civility in politics has been dead for years. It's not coming back anytime soon. You know this, I know this, but it does not mean any one of us has to like it. But with that being said, when the dust settles with this election, there's going to be a lot of folks who will be angry, a lot of folks who will be happy, a lot of folks who will be relieved, a lot of folks who will be sad, a lot of folks who will be terrified, a lot of folks who will be overjoyed. And that's going to depend entirely on what your politics are, which way you look at the world, what you believe, everything under the sun. But with all that, this is one thought that I have to keep reminding myself of, especially considering how contentious politics have been since the 2000 election. I couldn't vote in that election. I was still too young, but I remember how fractious it was. And I look at it this way. No matter who wins the election, no matter who is inaugurated on January 20th, 2025, we, the people of the United States, survived all 4 years, or more accurately, will have survived all 4 years of the Biden administration. Just as we survived all 4 years of the Trump administration. Just as we survived the Obama administration. Just as we survived the Bush administration. Just as we survived the Clinton administration. Just as we survived the elder Bush's administration. Just as we survived Reagan and Carter and Ford and Nixon and Johnson and Kennedy and Eisenhower. Just as we survived all of those administrations. No matter who wins, we will survive. For those on the left who think that a Trump victory is going to mean concentration camps for transgender people and homosexuals and whoever else, you are an idiot. And I hope you get a very serious dose of reality one way or another, because you need a reprogramming of your mind to get that stupidity out of your brain. Just as for everyone on the right who thinks that there's going to be re-education camps for conservatives, you are a moron. Extract your head from your sphincter, wash your face, clean out your nostrils, take a big old deep breath, and get a grip. All of you. Left and right alike. This isn't a football game. This is politics. Yet we've turned the whole thing into what might as well be a football season. And people get plenty worked up about their football teams. The stakes are far higher than they are for a football game. Football is temporary. Laws reach further. That's why it's important for all of us to be getting much more involved at the grassroots, at the local and state level, and really understand the policies and the politicians who are going to affect our day-to-day lives and vote accordingly. And that's going to mean voting for some blue folks if you are a red person. It also is going to mean voting for some red folks if you're a blue person. It also means voting for some green or some purple or whatever, depending on whether or not you have a political affiliation. At some point, somehow, some way, we all need to take a giant deep breath, hold it for a minute, and explosively exhale. And we all need to get our heads out of our backsides. Because we've all had them lodged up there, and myself included. I've had my head in the sand in some echo chambers just as much as everybody else has. We all need to buy a vowel. We all need to get a clue. And then eventually, maybe we'll just be able to solve for X and not go bankrupt. I know I'm speaking into the wind. I might as well be, because no one's going to listen to this. But it's the truth. We need to remember that at the end of the day, when the dust settles, we're still people. We still have needs and wants and desires. We have dreams. We have hopes. We have fears. And every person's is unique to them, but we are all people, and that means we can all remember to treat each other with civility, whether your side or my side, your preferred election results or my preferred election results end up being what is certified. We're all still people. And let's also be real here, folks. Once tomorrow is done with, that's just the start of it. We've got a long road ahead of us to get things back to where they need to be. It doesn't matter who wins. We've got economic problems that are going to persist no matter who wins the election. We've got problems with infrastructure and energy and materials and resources and food and water. We've got problems across the board, and it's going to take all of us working together, talking to each other across political divides, across societal divides, to solve those problems. It's not going to be done overnight. It's going to take us years. The problems that we have occurred essentially overnight, but because no one wanted to solve them, they've been lingering and getting worse for years. So as a result, it'll take us years to solve them. So, yeah. I'm saying a lot without saying much at all, I think. And I think it'd be smarter for me to go ahead and leave it there. And I will say this, if you have not yet voted, go vote. Vote as intelligently as you possibly can. Try to be informed of the issues that are going to be on the ballot for your local constituency, for your state, for your county, for your parish, for your town, whatever it is. Get out there. Because the powers that be ignore every voice except the loudest that also presents the best photo opportunity. So the loudest you're going to be heard on any given day is with your vote. And your vote does matter. So get out there, vote if you haven't already. And no matter what, win or lose, let's all try to be civil, because we've got a lot of work to do for each other and for our country. Thank you very much for watching YouTube, and I will see you down the road.